Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum, Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam, Prasannavadanam Dhyayet, Sarva Vignopashantaye. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Apadamapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वम् अरोगिताम् अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत् गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ तं सूर्यं जगतां नाथं ज्ञानविज्ञानमोक्षदं महापापहरं देवं तं सूर्यं प्रणमाम्यहम् येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम् यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि अस्तु so we were on page number 20 of the Karaka book. So we have to start the fifth point. Okay, so we are studying what are all the cases where a word can get karma sanya. That is what we are studying, right? The first one is karturipsitatamam karma. The most desired by the karta will get karma sanya. Tathayuktancha anipsitam. So that which is not desired by the karta, but still behaves in the same way as that desired by the karta, that also will get karma sanya. And dvikarmaka dhatus. In dvikarmaka dhatus, the first one, the mukhya karma will get, the most desired will get the karma sanya by the karturipsitatamam karma. The second one, if the vivaksha is not there, by the speaker, if the vivaksha is there for any other karaka, then it will get that karaka sanya. Apadana vivaksha asti chet, apadana karakam bhavati. No chet, akathitancha. If the vivaksha is not there, then by the sutra akathitancha, it will get karma sanya. And after that, we saw the words which indicate kala, desha, bhava, gantavya, atva. In those meanings, the words, if they are used along with an akarmaka dhatu, then also they get karma sanya. These are all the cases which we have seen so far. So today we will see a different case, when a word will get karma sanya. Now, before moving on to the examples given in this point, say for example, if I say Ramaha pachati or Balaha pachati. Okay, the boy is cooking. Balaha annam pachati or tandulam pachati. Ramaha balena tandulam pachati. Okay, so Balaha or Ramaha balena tandulam pachati. Here, before moving on, we also have to know about the nich dhatu, nijantas. All of you must have studied in the Kovida. Those who have not yet completed Kovida, so nijantas are the kriya padani or the dhatus which get the nich pratyayam. After getting the nich pratyayam, they become nich dhatus. That dhatu will be a little different than the original dhatu. Say, for example, pat is our original dhatu. After attaching the nich pratyayam, the dhatu also changes to nich dhatu, pati. Okay, so that those rupams will be a little different. So pati it will become. So these are called nijanta dhatus. And what do they indicate is, they indicate preranartha of the original dhatu. So balaha pathati. Guruhu balam pathayati. Okay, so pathayati. Pathati is anich, means a pure dhatu, shuddha dhatu, for which the nijanta dhatu is not yet attached. After we attach the nich dhatu, it will becomes pathayati. It will also have, the nich dhatu will again take all the lakara forms. It will behave just like a anich dhatu in taking the forms. But of course, forms will be different, but it will have all the lakara forms, all the kridanta, most of the kridanta forms also it will take. So that is why it gets a nich dhatu form, because it will take all the forms again. The only difference is anich, which is also called shuddha dhatu. Anich means without nich, without the nich pratyaya, is just the kriya, whereas nich dhatu is preranarthaka of the same anich dhatu, of the shuddha dhatu. So pathati is to read, pathayati is to prerana. How do we say that in
Mode, which page number you are?
We are on page number 20 of the Karaka book. I haven't started yet reading from the book.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
explaining
धन्यवाद.
about it. So, prerana, encouraging, you can say, or how do you say the exact word for prerana? Motivating, okay, or encouraging, or yeah. So the student, guruhu patham pathayati. Okay, so he's teaching or he's making them read. Chhatram patham pathayati. So here, if you have noticed, in some cases you must have seen, say for example, Guruhu balakam patham pathayati. Here balakam, it is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Whereas in the previous sentence, Ramaha balakena pakam pachayati. Balaha pakam pachati. The boy cooks the food. Ramaha balakena pakam pachayati. So here balakena, it became trutiya. Whereas guruhu balakam or chatram patham pathayati. There it is chatram or balakam. There it is in dvitiya. Here it is in trutiya. In both the cases, the kriya padam is nich only. Pathayati, pachayati. Right? So you must also have come across these sentences like this. And we wonder when it will become dvitiya, when it will become tritiya in this way. So that here in today's sutra, it will be explained. So normally, look at the sentence again. Balaha tandulam pachati. Ramaha balena tandulam pachayati. When we say pachati, always go back to the akanksha and abhihitam and anabhihitam. So here when I say pachati, it is a anich dhatu, it is a shuddha dhatu. So the akanksha will be for the karta. So karta abhihitam. So balaha pachati. So here balaha is abhihitam by the kriyapadam pachati. And pachati is a shuddha dhatu, meaning it is not nich. So it will indicate the karta. Karta abhihitam. So since karta is abhihitam, balaha will get prathama vibhakti. Right? Now in the sentence, Ramaha balakena pakam pachayati. Here pachayati, it is a nich kriyapadam. So the nich kriyapadam, what will it exhibit, or kim abhihitam bhavati? Pachayati, made to cook or encouraged to cook, or that preranarthaka nich dhatuhu, what will it explicitly say about the person who encouraged this action of cooking? Who is the person who encouraged this action of cooking? Ramaha. So Ramaha abhihitam bhavati. Pachayati. By the kriyapadam pachayati, Ramaha abhihitam bhavati. Because Rama is the one who is making this boy to cook. So Ramaha will be prathama vibhakti because it is abhihitam. Now here Balaha also is kartrupadam. Why or how? Because Ramaha is the one who is actually cooking. The action of actually cooking is being done by Rama, by the Bala. So Balaha is also a karta. But he is encouraged by Rama. So here the kriyapadam is nijanta. Because it is a nijanta, it will explicitly express the karta who is encouraging this act. So Ramaha abhihitam bhavati tat prathama vibhaktau. Here Balaha abhihitam nasti, anabhihitam. There is no word or kriyapadam that is expressing Bala as the karta. So kartrakaranayoho trutiya. By that sutra, Bala Shabda will get Trutiya Vibhakti. Because it is the Karta, but it is Anabhihita here, because the Nich Kriyapadam is only expressing the Rama Shabda. So here, the Bala Shabda will get Trutiya Vibhakti by the sutra Kartrakaranayoho Trutiya. Okay, because it is Anabhihitam. So that is the basic concept we learned so far, right? We learned that when the Kriya Padam explicitly states or expresses the Karta, then the Karta will be in Prathama Vibhakti. If it is not expressed explicitly by the Kriya Padam, then it will get Trutiya Vibhakti. That concept we know already. So based on that concept, Ramaha Balena Pakam Pachayati. Pachayati is not Shuddha Dhatu. It is Nich Dhatu. So it will only express the Karta who is making this action happen. And Rama is the one who is making this action happen. So Rama is Abhihitam. By the Nich Kriyapadam, Rama is the one that is Abhihitam. So Rama gets Prathama Vibhakti. But the actual action is happening or is done by the Bala. But that is Anabhihitam. So Bala gets Trutiya Vibhakti. Anabhihite Trutiya. Okay, Abhihite Prathama. So that much we understood, right? Any doubts so far? Okay. Now let us look at the sutra given here. Harsha Bhagini, we are on page 20 of the Karaka.
Thank you.
So here, now coming to these sentences on page number 20.5, at the very bottom of the page, Balaha Vidyalayam Gacchati. Pita Balam Vidyalayam Gamayati. So gamayati is the nich pratyaya, nich kriyapadam, nijanta kriyapadam. Gachati is the shuddha kriyapadam. Okay. So though gamayati is in nijanta and pita will be in prathama vibhakti because it is abhihitam. But why bala is also in dvitiya vibhakti? It should be in tritiya as per whatever we discussed so far, right? So keep that in mind. Let us simply read the sentences and then go in the same order given in the book. Chhatrah shlokartham bodhayati. Guruhu chhatram shlokartham bodhayati. Sorry. Chhatrah shlokartham bodhati. Guruhu chatram shlokartham bodhayati. So the chatra is teaching or explaining the shlokartha. The guru made the chatra explain the shlokartha. Those are the meanings. Shishuhu odanam bhunkte. So the baby eats the food, annam. Mata shishum odanam bhojayati. Mata is making the child eat the food. Balaha gadyam pathati. Adhyapakaha balam gadyam pathayati. So the boy is reading the gadya kavyam or whatever, gadyam. Adhyapakaha, the teacher is making the boy read the gadyam or he is teaching. Pathayati can be taken as either teaching or making somebody read something. Vriddhaha upavishati, tarunaha vriddham upaveshayati. So the old man is sitting, the young man is making the old man or helping the old man to sit. Now look at this sutra. It is so long. Gati buddhi pratyavasanartha shabda karma karmakanam ani karta sa now. Okay. So what does this mean? Gati, buddhi, pratyavasanartha. Okay. Pratyavasanartha and then shabda karma and then akarmakanam, shabda karmas and akarmakanam. So these are all the kinds of dhatus. Gatyarthaka dhatus, buddhyarthaka dhatus, pratyavasanarthaka dhatus, shabda karmaka dhatus, akarmaka dhatus. All these, okay, kanam, ani. In the padavibhaga, if you look, so karmakanam, ani means when they are used as shuddha karmas, when these kriya padani, which come under gatyarthaka, buddhyarthaka, pratyavasanarthaka, shabda karmaka, akarmaka, all the dhatus which belong to these categories, ani, when they are used as shuddha karmas, the karta, okay, the karta, when these dhatus are used in anich forms, in shuddha dhatu forms, will become now, means will become in the now, means in nich. When they are used as nijantas, they will get the karma sanya. Here karma is not given in the sutra. We have to take it as anuvritti. Okay. So karma, the word karma is not there in this sutra, but we have to take it as anuvritti. Okay. We will cover that topic of how to take which words as anuvritti in a separate class later on. Okay. When we are doing, later on, some other time. But here, for this sutra, karma word is anuvritti. So it will become karma. The word which is karta, when used with any of the kriya padams belonging to these categories. So a word which is a karta, when used as a shuddha dhatu and belongs to any of these classifications, when used as a nijanta, it will become karma. So balaha vidyalayam gacchati. Here gacchati is anijanta, ani. Okay, in anijanta form, balaha is karta. Now the same sentence when used in as a nijanta, so gacchati became gamayati. Then the balaha, which is the karta in the anich form, now will become karma. It will get the karma sanya and it will take dvitiya vibhakti. So balam. So this is like this sutra will classify some dhatus belonging to certain categories, and those dhatus, when in nijanta forms, the karta will become the karta of the anijanta forms of those dhatus. When used in nijanta forms, will get the karma sanya and will get dvitiya vibhakti, karmani dvitiya. Okay. So here gachati is a gatyarthaka dhatu. Okay, gati, it is showing motion, gati. So since gachati is a gatyarthaka dhatu, as per this sutra, the karta of that anijanta form of the dhatu will get karma sanya when used with a nijanta. So gachati, gamayati, nijanta form is gamayati. Bala is used with gamayati in nijanta form. So it is getting karma sanya. So it becomes balam. In the second sentence, Chhatraha shlokartham bodhati. Buddhyarthaka dhatu. Bodhayati is a, or bodhati is a buddhyarthaka dhatu. So Chhatraha, which is the karta in anijanta form, when used in the nijanta form, bodhayati, the chhatra will get the karma sanya and it will get dvitiya vibhakti. And then pratyavasanartha means bhakshanam. It indicates bhakshana. So shishuhu odanam bhunkte. So here shishuhu, which is the karta, is in prathama vibhakti, but when used with the nijanta form of the same dhatu, bhojayati, it will get karma sanya and it is getting dvitiya vibhakti, shishum. Okay. Balaha gadyam patati, pat dhatu. So here patati, vadati, all these come under shabda karmaka dhatus because they indicate making a sound, right? Patati, vadati, bhashate, all these come under that category. So all those dhatus also in the nijanta form, the karta of the anijanta form of that dhatu will become karma padam. Will get karma sanya and will get dvitiya vibhakti. So balaha gadyam patati, adhyapakaha balam gadyam pathayati. So balaha will get the karma sanya and gets dvitiya vibhakti. Akarmaka dhatu, upavishati is an akarmaka dhatu. So vriddhaha upavishati, vriddham upaveshayati tarunaha. So here again in the nijanta form, the vriddha shabda gets karma sanya and dvitiya vibhakti. Since the kriya padam is in nijanta, we should also have a karta for that nijanta form. So tarunaha, adhyapakaha, all these are added for that purpose. Okay? Because whenever that prerana is happening, a person who is encouraging that action to happen or making that action to happen will be one karta, and the person who is actually doing that action will be the other karta. So we have two kartas here. The one who is encouraging the action to happen is prayojaka karta. And the one who is actually doing the action is prayojya karta. Okay, prayojaka, prayojya. So in each of these sentences, Pita balam vidyalayam gamayati. Pita will be prayojaka karta. Bala will be prayojya karta. Guruhu chhatram shlokartham bodhayati. Guruhu will be prayojaka karta. Chhatra will be prayojya karta. Mata shishum odanam bhojayati. Mata will be prayojaka karta. Shishu will be the prayojya karta. Adhyapakaha balam gadyam pathayati. Adhyapakaha will be prayojaka karta. Bala will be prayojya. Tarunaha vriddham upaveshayati. Tarunaha will be prayojaka karta and vriddha will be prayojya karta. So this is the sutra. Gatyadhyarthanam shabdakarmanam akarmakanancha anau yaha karta saha nau karmasyat. Anau means in the anijanta form, yaha karta, that which is the karta, saha, that karta, in the nijanta form, now means in the nijanta form, karma syat, it will become the karma. Gatihi means gamanam. Buddhihi means avagamanam, means understanding, acquiring knowledge, all that kind of dhatus. Pratyavasanam bhakshanam. Shabda karma. Yasya dhatvarthasya shabdaha eva. Okay, shlokaha. By shloka, what do we mean? It means a shabdam, right? Like, though of course you can write it, but still originally it is that which is recited. So gadyam, mantraha, ityevam adayah. Akarmakaha, yasya dhatvarthasya karma eva na sambhavati, sa iti sutragata padanam arthaha. We already know what akarmaka is. We discussed that earlier. So that is with this sutra. So normally the prayojaka karta will get prathama vibhakti and the prayojya karta will get tritiya vibhakti. But by this sutra, there are certain dhatus which get the karma sanya in the nijanta form and they will get the dvitiya vibhakti. They do not get the tritiya vibhakti. Okay. Idam atra avagantavyam. Dhatugane patitaha dhatavaha shuddha dhatavaha iti uchyante. Yatha gacchati patati ityadau prakriti bhuto dhatuhu. Ataha atra gam iti pat iti cha shuddha dhatuhu iti uchyate. Shuddha dhatuhu eva anyantaha ani antaha anyantaha ityapi vyavahriyate. Okay, they are also known. The Shuddha Dhatavaha are also known as Anyantaha, means Ani-antaha, means Anijantaha. Shuddhebhyo Dhatubhyaha Preranarthe Nich Pratyayaha Vidhiyate. So for the same Shuddha Dhatus, in the sense of Prerana, we add the Nich Pratyaya. Tada te Dhatavaha Nyantaha, Ni-antaha, Nyantaha. निच् प्रत्ययान्ताः भवन्ति यथा गमयति पाठयति भोजयति इत्यादौ प्रकृतिभूतो धातुः निच् सहितः. Okay, so these are also dhatus only, but these are all the niche dhatus, not the shuddha dhatus. Atotra gami iti pathi iti bhoji निच् प्रत्ययेन सहिताः इति कृत्वा ण्यन्ताः इति उच्यन्ते. चुरादिरपि शुद्धधातुः एव. Okay, so in the churadi gana we have some dhatus, right? Those are shuddha dhatus only, but they appear like nijantas. So how we have to take that is like they have the same form as the nijanta, and so for those dhatus the nijanta forms also will be the same. Okay.
Hello, Miss.
Yes, Bhagini.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, just I was a little bit late. So you have already started. So what is this niche pratyaya?
So niche pratyaya is when somebody encourages the karta to do an action. Like how I was telling, Balaha Vidyalayam Gachati. Pita Balam Vidyalayam Gamayati. So the father made the boy to go to the school. So Gamayati will be the Nijanta. It is a pratyaya which is used to indicate Preranartha. Preranartha means Preranam, like you are encouraging somebody else to do an action.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, when so the dhatu, all the dhatus that we have in the dhatu patha are shuddha dhatus. But each of these dhatus can be can get this nich pratyayam, and then it will become a nich dhatu.
Oh, acha, it becomes a dhatu only, but a niche dhatu.
Yes. It will take all the lakara forms, all the kridanta forms. It will behave like a regular dhatu only. But because it has this nich pratyayam, it is called a nich dhatu.
Okay.
Okay. So nyantaha, nich pratyayantaha. So those dhatus which get this nich pratyaya attached will become nyantaha. Means nich pratyayantaha bhavanti. Like gamayati, pathayati, bhojayati, like this. Okay.
And what is this gami and pathi and bhoji?
Those are the dhatus after the nich is attached. original, the
Okay.
Shuddha Dhatu is Gam, right?
Gum. Yeah.
After we attach the Nich Pratyayam, the Dhatu will become Gami.
Gummy. Yes.
So Gami is the Nich Dhatu. Nich Dhatu of the Gam, of the Shuddha Dhatu Gam.
And to that gummy, what we have to add?
All the like how you add the lakaras to the Gam Dhatu. If you add the lat lakara pratyaya, Gam Dhatu will become Gachati, Gachataha, Gachanti. For the Gami Dhatu, if you add Gamayati, Gamayataha, Gamayanti.
Okay.
So
Thank
it
you,
will
Miss.
take all the forms like the regular dhatu. But because to indicate that this already has the nich pratyayam attached, it is given a different form, Gami, Pathi, Bhoji. All these indicate the Shuddha dhatu along with the nich pratyayam.
That is for Preranaartha.
Preranarthe. Means you are making somebody else do that action.
Okay.
Okay, that is done.
Thank
So,
you.
Guru Chhatraha Pathati, Guruhu Chhatram Pathayati. So, Pathati Pathayati. Khadati Khadayati. Khadati is to eat. Khadayati is to make somebody else eat. Like helping them eat. Like how a mother feeds the child.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Miss.
So, Anyantanam Dhatunam Karta Prayojya Karta iti uchyate. So, Anyantanam means Anijanta. In the Anijanta form, the Karta, which is there, the Prayojya Karta, like Shishuhu Odanam Bhunkte. Bhunkte is Anyanta. It is Anijanta. The Karta of that Anijanta form, which is a Shishu, is called Prayojya Karta. Nyantanam Dhatunam Karta Prayojaka Karta. So when we take the Nyanta form of the Bhunkte, means Nijanta form, Bhojayati, what is the Karta of Bhojayati? Mata. So Mata will become Prayojaka Karta. Iti Vyavahriyate. Yatha Balaha Vidyalayam Gachati. Ityatra Balaha Prayojya Karta. Pita Balam Vidyalayam Gamayati. Ityatra Pita Prayojaka Karta. Okay. Evancha Gatyarthakanam, Avagamanarthakanam, Bhakshanarthakanam, Shabdakarmakanam, Akarmakanancha, Prayojyakarta, Prayojaka Kartuhu, Kriyam Prati Karma Sanyakaha Bhavati. Iti Sutrasya Phalitarthaha. So, whatever we discussed is just summarized here. For the dhatus which belong to all these forms, to all these categories, which could have been the karta or the prayojya karta, will get the karma sanya and it will get dvitiya vibhakti in the nijanta form. Okay, so let us see some examples here. Balaha vidyalayam gachati. Pita balam vidyalayam gamayati. Atra prathama vakye anyantasya anijantasya shuddha dhatoho karta balaha. अतः सः प्रयोज्य कर्ता. द्वितीये वाक्ये न्यन्तस्य गमयति. ओके, निजन्त क्रियापदस्य कर्ता पिता. अतः प्रयोजककर्ता. गत्यर्थकधातुप्रयोगात् प्रयोजककर्तुः पितुः गमनप्रेरणक्रियां प्रति प्रयोज्यकर्ता बालः कर्म भवति प्रकृतसूत्रेण. So by this sutra, the Prayojya Karta Bala will get Karma Sanya because of this Gamana Kriya. Because as per this sutra, the Kriya Padani which indicate the Gati will get Karma Sanya, right? The Prayojya Karta of those will get Karma Sanya. Vidyalayasya tu Karturipsitatamam iti sutrenaiva Karma Sanya. Ubhayatra api Karmani Dvitiya iti sutrena Dvitiya. So Vidyalayam is the Mukhya Karma, right? Pita Balam Vidyalayam Gamayati. So by the action of Gamayati or Gachati, the Gamdhatoho Phalitam is what? To reach the destination. And that destination is Vidyalayam. So Phalashrayatvam Vidyalaye Asti. Atah Vidyalayam Karmasanyam Bhavati. And by the Sutra Karturipsitatamam Karma. Because what is the most desired by the Karta here? To reach the Vidyalayam, to go to the Vidyalayam. So still by that Sutra only the Vidyalaya Padam will get Karma Sanya. But the Bala Shabda will get Karma Sanya based on this Prakrita Sutra. The Gati Buddhi Pratyavasanartha Shabda Karma Karma Kanam Ani Karta Sanau. By this Sutra it will get the Karma Sanya. And after both these words get Karma Sanya, both the words by the Sutra Karmani Dvitiya, they get Dvitiya Vibhakti.
Oh.
Anantaram Chhatraha Shlokartham Bodhayati, Bodhati. Guruhu Chhatram Shlokartham Bodhayati. Atra Prathama Vakye Chhatraha Prayojya Karta. Dvitiya Vakye Guruhu Prayojaka Karta. Buddhyarthaka dhatoho, here avagamanarthaka dhatu. Okay, so bodhati is a buddhyarthaka dhatu. Prayogat prayojaka kartuhu guroho preranakriyam prati prayojya karta chhatraha karma bhavati prakrita sutrena. Again, because this dhatu is a buddhyarthaka dhatu, and as per this sutra, the dhatus which belong to the category of buddhyarthaka will get the karta in the anijanta form of these dhatus, will get karma sanya in the nijanta form. So in the nijanta form, the prayojya karta will get the chhatra, which is the prayojya karta, will get the karma sanya.
Again, atra prayojya karta, wherever we identify, that is only that particular padam is the only karma sanya, or the prayojya karta also is the acquires the karma sanya.
No. Prayojaka karta will not get karma sanya.
No, right? Okay.
No. Only the prayojya karta.
They are so similar sounding words, so that some gets a little confused.
Only the prayojya karta will get the karma sanya when being used in along with the nijanta dhatu. Okay, the prayojya karta normally with the anijanta form of the dhatu, it would be the pradhana karta, and it would be the pradhana karta, and it will get prathama vibhakti. But when it is used with the nijanta form of the same dhatu, that which would have been in the prathama vibhakti there will get the karma sanya here, and it will get dvitiya vibhakti. So here also in the second sentence, Chhatraha shlokartham bodhati. Okay, in this sentence also, atra prathama vakye Chhatraha prayojya karta, dvitiya vakye guruhu prayojaka karta, buddhyarthaka dhatoho prayogat prayojaka kartuhu guroho preranakriyam prati prayojya karta Chhatraha karma bhavati prakrita sutrena. By this sutra, the prayojya karta, which was prathama vibhakti in the anijanta form, is getting the karma sanya in the nijanta form. Shlokarthasya tu karturipsitatamam karma iti sutrenaiva karma sanya. So here again, shlokartham is also in dvitiya vibhakti. This also has the karma sanya. But how did this word get the karma sanya? So by bodhati, what is the most desired? To be able to explain the shlokartha. That is what is the most desired. So by the sutra karturipsitatamam karma, the shlokartha padam will get karma sanya. Whereas the chhatra shabda will get karma sanya by this prakrita sutra, means the gatyarthaka, gati buddhi pratyavasanartha. By that sutra it will get the karma sanya, and both the words will get dvitiya vibhakti by karmani dvitiya. Shishuhu odanam bhunkte, mata shishum odanam bhojayati. Atra prathama vakye shishuhu prayojya karta, dvitiya vakye mata prayojaka kartri, bhakshanarthaka dhatoho prayogat prayojaka kartyaha bhojana prerana kriyam prati prayojya karta shishuhu karma bhavati prakrita sutrena. Odanasya tu karturipsitatamam karma iti sutrenaiva karma sanya. Ubhayatra api tato dvitiya karmani dvitiya iti sutrena. Okay. So here also Odanam is the one. By the bhakshana kriya here, what is happening? To be able to eat the rice. So the phalashrayatvam is in Odanam. So that will get the karma sanya by the sutra karturipsitatamam karma. But Shishu Shabda will get the karma sanya by this Prakrita Sutra, Gati Buddhyartaka. Okay. Balaha Gadyam Pathati, Adhyapakaha Balam Gadyam Pathayati. Atra Prathamavakye Balaha Prayojya Karta. Dvitiyavakye Prayojaka Karta Adhyapakaha. Shabdakarmaka Dhatoho. Shabdakarmakaha Namakaha. Shlokaha Gadyam Mantraha Ityevam Adayaha Shabdatmakaha. Okay, these are all labeled as Shabda Karmaka Dhatus. Okay, so Shlokadishu Shabda Samuhaha Nanu Bhavati. Shlokadayaha Yadi Dhatoho Karma Bhavanti. Tarhi saha dhatuhu shabda karmakaha ityuchyate. So shlokadayaha yadi dhatoho karma bhavanti. Okay, so these, the shloka, gadya, mantra, all these dhatus, when they become the karma padam of a particular dhatu, such dhatus are called shabda karmaka dhatus. Like shlokam pathati. When we say pathati, shlokam eva pathati kalu, katham pathati, Geetam patati. So pat dhatu can be labeled as a shabda karmaka dhatu. Okay, vadati, bhashate, all these come under such shabda karmaka dhatus. Prayogat prayojaka kartuhu adhyapakasya prerana kriyam prati prayojya karta balaha karma bhavati prakrita sutrena. Gadyasya tu karturipsitatamam karma iti sutrenaiva karma sanya bhavati. Because by the action of pathanam, what is the most desired? To be able to read the gadyam. So the phalashrayatvam is in gadyam. So it will get the karma sanya by the sutra karturipsitatamam karma. But how is the bala shabda getting karma sanya? By this sutra. Okay. So along when it is used along with a shabda karmaka dhatu, the word which was karta in a nijanta form of that shabda karmaka dhatu, in the nijanta form it will get the karma sanya. So bala shabda will get karma sanya, and both the words bala and gadya will get dvitiya vibhakti by the sutra karmani dvitiya. Vriddha upavishati, tarunaha vriddham upaveshayati. Atra prathama vakye vriddha prayojya karta, dvitiye vakye tarunaha prayojaka karta. Akarmaka dhatoho prayogat prayojaka kartuhu tarunasya prerana kriyam prati prayojya karta vriddha karma bhavati prakrita sutrena. So again, same. This is a akarmaka dhatu. So we don't have a regular karma padam like karturipsitatamam karma that is not applicable here, because we don't have a phalashrayatvam. The phalashrayatvam of the upaveshana kriya is in the vriddha itself. So we don't have a separate karma padam here. But how does the vriddha padam get the karma sanya? By the preranartha, the prayojya karta will get karma sanya by this sutra, this present sutra, akarmaka dhatu namapi. Okay. So by that sutra only the vriddha padam gets karma sanya, and by karmani dvitiya it gets dvitiya vibhakti. So any questions in this section?
నిజంత ధాతువుల్ని కూడా మామూలు ధాతువుల్లాగే కారకాల్లో యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు.
Use చేయొచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు here we have pathayati. Kim pathayati? Gadyam pathayati. So gadyam will be the karma karakam to pathayati. So balam pathayati. Balam also got the karma sanya by this sutra, but that is also karma sanya only. So karma karakam eva. Adhyapakaha will be the kartrukarakam with the pathayati. Putra pathayati vidyalaye. So if that word vidyalaye is there, adhikaranam with pathayati only. So the nijanta kriya padams also will behave exactly in every aspect. They will be similar to anijanta forms. They will also have all the karaka sambandhas. It is a kriya padam only, but the dhatu has this pratyayam attached to it, so it is called nijanta dhatu. Okay. So this is another way of assigning a karma sanya for the prayojya karta. So the prayojya karta also gets karma sanya, but not all prayojya kartas, only those prayojya kartas that are used with dhatus which belong to these categories: gati, buddhi, pratyavasana, shabda karma, akarma kana. Okay, so dhatus that belong to those categories, when used in nijanta forms, the prayojya karta of those nijanta dhatus will get karma sanya. Okay, Anantara.
Bhagini, just to remember prayojya karta, we have to remember that shuddha dhatu karta is prayojya karta, and nich dhatu karta is
prayojaka karta. He who is doing the action is prayojya karta. He who is making somebody do the action is prayojaka karta. That also is one way. This also is one way. Whichever you feel comfortable, you can remember. It is confusing initially. We will be going back and forth. Which one is called prayojya karta? Which one is called prayojaka karta? Initially, it can be a little confusing, but with constant, just mapping and thinking, going over that again and again, we'll eventually remember.
Bhagini, so can we say prayojaka karta is the prerana karta?
He who encourages the action.
Encourages the action.
Yeah. Okay. Anantaram, vidyarthi kimapi jalpati vilapati abhashate. Guruhu vidyarthinam kimapi jalpayati vilapayati abhashayati. So here, Shishuhu shukam pashyati, pita shishum shukam darshayati. So we have two sets of sentences here. So the first one is vidyarthi kimapi jalpati. Jalpati is to talk only, but it is used in the more context of like gossiping or simply talking without like when the class is going on, some students keep talking among themselves. That kind of talking also can be called as jalpati. Okay, but jalpati is guruhu vidyarthinam kimapi jalpayati, vilapayati and abhashayati. So let us see. So jalpa pratibhritinam upasankhyanam. This is a vartikam. So what does this vartikam say? And then drishescha, that is another vartikam. Okay, by these two vartikams, what is being said is jalpati, vilapati, abhashate, pashyati ityetesham prayojya karta prayojaka kartuhu kriyam prati karma bhavati ityarthaha. So here, though jalpati, abhashate, vilapati also come under do they come under this sutra? Gati, buddhi, pratyavasanartha, shabdakarmaka, akarmakanam. They don't come under that, right? They do kind of come under the shabdakarmaka, but they are not exactly shabdakarmaka dhatus. They do not come under shabdakarmaka dhatus explicitly. So that is why this vartikam is given to indicate that even these dhatus come, along with these dhatus also, the prayojya karta will get the karma sanya. So normally they should have been covered because they come under that shabda karmaka. They are similar to shabda karmaka, but they are not exactly shabda karmaka. So that is the reason why the Vartikam is given again to explicitly state that along with these Kriya Padams also, the Prayojya Karta will get the Karma Sanya and Pashyati, the Drish Dhatoho, Drishescha. So the Drish Dhatoho also will get. The Drish Dhatu is not there in the original one. It does not come under any of those categories. But it is given as a separate Vartikam saying that Drish Dhatu, the Prayojya Karta, when used along with the Drish Dhatu in Nijanta form, also get Karma Sanya. So Vidyarthi Kimapi Jalpati Vilapati Abhashate. Guruhu Vidyarthinam Kimapi Jalpayati Vilapayati Abhashayati. Atra Prathamavakye Prayojyakarta Vidyarthi. Dvitiyavakye Prayojakakarta Guruhu. Jalpatyadinam Prayogat Prayojakakartuhu Guroho Preranakriyam Prati Prayojakakarta Vidyarthi Karma Bhavati. Okay, by this Vartikam. Jalpa Prabhriti iti Vartikena. Kim ityasya tu karturipsitatamam karma ityanenaiva karmatvam. So Kim, Kimapi Jalpati, something. The Vidyarthi is speaking something, is talking about something. So that Kim will get the karma sanya by karturipsitatamam karma. Ityanenaiva karmatvam. Tataha ubhayatra api dvitiya bhavati karmani dvitiya iti sutrena. So here this is just a Vartikam which includes some additional dhatus apart from the dhatus given in the main sutra. So many times, like I said, the main sutra may not have all the fine details. Those are all implicitly understood. But since many people are not at that level of understanding what is implicitly stated by the Panini Maharshi, the Vartikakaras have written these Vartikas saying that even these dhatus come under that sutra. Anantaram, Shishuhu Shukam Pashyati. Pita Shishum Shukam Darshayati. So the Drish dhatu. Pashyati is the Anich form. Darshayati is the Nijanta form. So atra prathama vakye Shishuhu Prayojya Karta. Dvitiya vakye Pita Prayojaka Karta. Drish dhatoho prayogat prayojaka kartuhu pituhu preranakriyam prati prayojya karta shishuhu karma bhavati. Drishescha iti vartikena. Shukasya tu karturipsitatamam karma ityanenaiva karmatvam. Tataha ubhayatra api dvitiya bhavati karmani dvitiya iti sutrena. Okay. So this is this section covers these two Vartikams. Jalpati Prabhritinam Upasankyanam. Jalpati Prabhritinam means Jalpati and such words like Vilapayati, Abhashayati. Okay. In the usage of such Kriya Padams and in the usage of the Drish Dhatu also, the Prayojya Karta will get Karma Sanya and it will get Dvitiya Vibhakti. Any questions? Okay. Anantaram, Bhrityaha Bharam Vahati Nayati. Swami Bhrityena Bharam Vahayati Nayayati. That is one. So here we have the Ni Dhatu and the Vah Dhatu. Balaha Annam Khadati Atti Bhakshayati. Mata Balena Annam Khadayati Adayati Bhakshayati. That is another set of examples with the Khadana. The Bhakshana Kriya Dhatus. Khadati, Atti, Bhakshayati. Okay, so remember in the sutra we have the Pratyavasana, which means Bhakshana. So there in the main sutra it says the Bhakshana Kriya Dhatus will get Karma Sanya in the Nijanta form. But here Annam Khadati, Annam Khadayati, Balena Annam Khadayati. So here it is in Tritiya Vibhakti, Balena. So we have to look into that. Balaha Shabdayate, Mata Balena Shabdapayati. So Shabdayate is to make sound with some action, like Shabdam Karoti. Okay. It is like shabdam karoti. Balena shabdapayati. This is again a shabda karmaka kriya, but balena is getting tritiya vibhakti. As per our original sutra, it has been told that the bhakshana dhatus, or dhatus indicating the bhakshana kriya, and dhatus indicating the shabda karmaka kriyas, and the dhatus indicating the gamana kriya, like vahati, nayati also come under gamana kriya only. They all get the prayojya karta of those dhatus get karma sanya. That is what is told in the main sutra. But here we have some vartikas that are saying otherwise. So sometimes there will be an exception also for certain dhatus particularly. So here the vah and the ni dhatu specifically do not get the karma sanya. When they are used in the nijanta form, the prayojya karta for these dhatus do not get the karma sanya. So these two dhatus are exception out of all the gatyarthaka dhatus. So when we have like this one or two dhatus which do not fall into the category, we first give the Panini first gives the sutra in general, and then he will state as an exception, okay, these two dhatus, however, will not fall into that category. So they do not, the prayojya karta of these nijanta dhatus will not get the karma sanya. So here the exceptions are which do not fall under those categories, like drish dhatu. It is not a part of that original sutra, but it still gets that karma sanya. Here the ni and vah dhatu, they do fall under the gatyarthaka dhatus, but still they do not get the karma sanya. So exceptions are there both ways. Okay. So ni vahyerna, ni vahyerna is a vartikam. Adikadyorna, this is another vartikam. So by ni vahyerna, the ni and vah dhatu will not fall into this category. And adikyadorna, by that vartikam, the khadana, atti, and khad dhatu, they do not fall under that. Bhakshe rahimsarthasya na. So here this is another one where bhakshehe ahimsartha. So when there is no himsa, then it falls under the original rule. When there is himsa, it does not fall under that rule. So it will get tritiya vibhakti. We'll see examples for each of these. So what is himsa and ahimsa? When annam is being eaten, there is no himsa. But whereas when pashu is eating sasyam, like grabbing it off the ground, cutting it off from the ground, then there is himsa. In that bhakshana, there is himsa. Or when a lion is eating a deer, there is a himsa. So that is considered as the bhakshana kriya with himsa, and then bhakshana kriya without himsa. So bhakshana kriya is categorized again in two such ways, and depending on that, whether it gets the karma sanya or not is also stated by this vartikam. So let us go forward and see the examples. And shabdayaterna, shabdayate na. So that specifically that kriya padam. Okay. Niyantr kartrika vah dhatum himsarthaka bhaksha dhatum cha varjayitva nayati vahati atti khadati bhakshayati ityetesham prayojya karta prayojaka kartuhu kriyam prati karma na bhavati karma na bhavati iti vartikanam arthaha. So all these vartikas, if you put together, what they mean is nayati, vahati, atti, khadati, bhakshayati, ityetesham prayojya karta, the prayojya karta of all these dhatus, okay, do not get the karma sanya when used in the nijanta forms. Nayati, vahati, ityanayoho gatyarthakatvat, okay, nayati and vahati come under gatyarthaka. Atti khadati, bhakshayati, ityetesham bhakshanarthakatvat, shabdayate ityasya akarmakatvat, prayojya kartuhu. Okay, the prayojya karta of these dhatus should get the karmatvam, but by these vartikaihi nishidhyate. Okay, gati buddhi iti sutrena praptam karmatvam. They should have gotten the karmatvam. But etaihi vartikaihi nishidhyate. By these vartikas, the karmatvam is prohibited for these particular dhatus. For the ni dhatu, vah dhatu, at dhatu, khad dhatu, bhaksh dhatu, for all these. Now let us again look some sentences in detail. Bhrityaha bharam vahati, nayati. Swami bhrityena bharam vahayati, nayayati. Okay, atra prathama vakye bhrityah prayojya karta. Dvitiya vakye swami prayojaka karta. Vah dhatoho ni dhatoho cha prayogat prayojaka kartuh swaminah prerana kriyam prati prayojya karta bhrityah karma na bhavati. Ni vahyerna iti vartikena. By this vartika, they do not get the karma sanya. Normally, they should have gotten by the sutra. But this vartika is prohibiting. Karmatva bhavadeva prayojya kartuhu dvitiya api na. So they don't get dvitiya vibhakti because there is no karmatvam. Kintu prayojya kartuhu kartrutvasya sadbhavat kartrukaranayos trutiya. Iti sutrena trutiya eva. So here this bhrityaha is not getting karma sanya by this vartikam, and it is not abhihitam by the word vahayati. Vahayati is only indicating the prayojaka karta. Moyistunnadu is being made to carry. By whom? By the Swami. Okay, Swami is the one who is making this action of carrying happen. So the Nijanta form, the Nijanta Kriyapadam is only indicating the Prayojaka Karta. So Prayojaka Karta will get Prathama Vibhakti because of that reason, because it is Abhihitam by the Nijanta Kriyapadam. But now Bhrityaha is Anabhihitam. It is Anabhihitam by the Kriyapadam, and it is not getting the Karma Sanya by this Vartikam. So what should it get? Anabhihite kartrukaranayoho trutiya. But it is still the karta, right? Because he is the one who is actually carrying. So it is karta only. So, but abhihitam nasti. If it is abhihitam, then prathama vibhakti bhavati. But anabhihitam. Ataha kartrukaranayoho trutiya. By this sutra, the bhritya shabda will get trutiya vibhakti. So, bhrityena, Swami bhrityena bharam vahayati. So, you might think, okay, it did not get the karma karakam, so no dvitiya vibhakti, but why not some other vibhakti? No. When it is a karta and when it is anabhihita, then by the sutra kartru karanayoho trutiya, it will get trutiya vibhakti only. Balaha annam khadati atti bhakshayati. Mata balena annam khadayati adayati bhakshayati. Balaha shabdayate mata balena shabdapayati. Atra ubhayatra api balaha prayojya karta. Mata prayojaka kartri. Adhikadyorna. That is one vartikam. Bhaksherahimsarthasya na. That is another vartikam. Iti vartikabhyam prayojya kartuhu balasya karmatva nishedaha. Ato na dvitiya. Ataha dvitiya vibhakti api nasti. Prayojya kartuhu kartrutvasya sadbhavat kartrukaranayos trutiya. Iti trutiya eva. So the prayojya karta is a karta. So, but it is not a abhihitam. And it is not getting the karma karakam. So by the kartrukaranayos trutiya, it will get trutiya vibhakti. Bhaksherahimsarthasya. So here when the bala is eating annam, balaha annam khadati, there is ahimsa. The bhakshana kriya is happening with ahimsa. There is no himsa there. So it is, when it is ahimsarthaka bhakshanartham, bhakshana kriya, then it will not get the karma sanya. But if it is, it includes the himsa, then it will get karmatvam again. Okay? So let me see if we can have an example of that.
Kshamyatam. Madam, sorry. I don't understand the terminology Vartikam. What is the meaning of it actually, madam?
Vartikam means it is an additional information given what the sutra does or does not do. So sutra, Paniniya sutras are there. So each of these sutra will tell, how the vyakarana is being, done, like how it is being used, which word is qualified as karta, which word is qualified as karma. All these, the Paniniya sutras are explaining, right? But sometimes Paniniya sutras may not give us the complete information. It is implicitly indicated. It is implicit, like because Panini Maharshi is known to write his sutras very precisely, very few, with how much ever few alphabets he can frame that sutra, he framed. So there is so much of hidden message given in that sutras. So it indicates many things which may not be explicit in just by that sutra. So the Vartikakaras, what they did was because people like us will not understand what Panini Maharshi is implying.
Yes.
So it is explicitly stated by the Vartikakaras. Vartikakaras are like Bhashyakaras. But there is a little difference between Bhashyam and Vartikam. A Vartikam will again give like a rule, like how you have seen here. Like a sutra only it will be, but it is a Vartikam because it is not written by Panini. It is written by a Vartikakara. Whereas Bhashyam means it again includes some explanation and Udaharanani and all that.
Okay. Means Panini is what Panini has given sutras were explained in detailed way. That is the Vartikam. Yes, no?
That is the Bhashyam actually. Vartikam is an additional rule written in attachment to that sutra. Whatever that sutra. See, for example, here the Gati Buddhi, this sutra is there. Gati Buddhi Pratyavasanartha. Here the Drish Dhatu is not. The Drish Dhatu is not indicated in this sutra.
Okay.
In the sutra list, the Drish Dhatu is not there. So the Vartikakara wrote Drishescha. So by he is adding on to the sutra, which is not explicitly mentioned in the sutra.
Okay.
So similarly here also again we have these other Vartikas which say, so Panini Maharshi, he wrote all the Gatyartaka dhatus, Prayojya Karta will get Karma Sanya. But Ni and Vah dhatu will not get that. So that is again explicitly stated. So such minor things Panini Maharshi does not explicitly state in his sutra. He will take it as it will be understood. Based on the application. Based on the application, it will be understood. So, but for people like us, since we will get confused, why though Ni and Vah are Gatyartaka dhatus, but in application we are seeing that they are getting Tritiya Vibhakti and not Karma Sanya. So we will be confused. So the Vartikakaras have again explicitly wrote these Vartikams for people like us to understand easily. Okay. So such things like say for example, you are teaching a child pronunciation. Okay. And for example, in the English alphabet, if you are teaching pronunciation, you are explaining about the sound U, for example. You will make the sound you will say, maybe like but, gut, rat, like that you are something teaching. But for put, it is a little different.
Yeah.
So the child, when you state something, you will state the most common rule, but there will always be some exceptions.
Okay.
So those exceptions are stated by these Vartikakaras.
Okay, madam. Now I understood thoroughly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. So coming back to our page number 24. So here these Vartikas show that the prayojya karta
Ma'am,
will, yes, Bhagini?
भक्ष्य धातु का वो फिर से बोलिए ना, अगर अहिंसा है तो और हिंसा है तो.
Yes. So here when there is ahimsa, then it will not get the karma sanya, and it will get tritiya vibhakti. When there is himsa, then it will not fall under this vartikam.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to give an example of that.
Please, one more time, madam.
Huh?
Please, one more time. Please explain
Okay.
one more time, madam.
Which part you want me to explain one more time?
Himsa.
Himsa.
Himsa, this one.
One second. Okay. So, in our original sutra, the Gati Buddhi Pratyavasanartha, the Bhakshana dhatus, all dhatus indicating the Bhakshana Kriya will get Karma Sanya. That is what is given in this original sutra, right? But in this Vartika, Bhakshe Rahimsarthasya na. Ahimsarthasya. Bhakshe Rahimsarthasya na. Means when the Bhakshana Kriya is ahimsa, does not involve himsa, then the karmatvam will not be given to that prayojya karta. It will get only tritiya vibhakti. If there is himsa, then it will get karmatvam.
Bhagini, can I ask you one question? But in this case, annam khadayati is ahimsa, so balena has come, is it?
Yes.
Annam is ahimsa.
Yes.
Okay. But in the previous example, odanam bhojayati, that is also similar, right? But
that is also similar. Yes.
There's no difference.
Yeah.
That's also ahimsa.
Huh.
But their Shishum is second.
There the
Shishum got the karma sanya.
The Shishum is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. This is only for the Kriya Padams Khad, At and Bhaksha.
Oh, okay. Not for all the Pratyavasana.
Not for all the Bhakshana Dhatus.
Bhagini, एक statement asti. On the whole, we've been told that Sanskrit is the very organized and very simple and a very easy language. But the more we understand and more we learn about it, with its twist and turn in every nook and corner, it is becoming more complicated instead of simplified language. It is more complicated. And on top of that, some of the words are so similar sounding words phonetically that it is sometimes difficult whether, like where if you are not very mindful and your ears are sharp enough.
Yes, Bhagini. Yeah. What you are saying is it can appear to be confusing initially, but that is the preciseness, like they are trying to be as clear as possible. So every condition is being handled, every case, for every case there is, it is being handled. It is being handled basically. So not all the Bhakshana dhatus, the dhatus indicating the Bhakshana Kriya, but only these dhatus. So the level of definition is going to that extent where there will not be any ambiguity later on. And again, we have to also remember that initially it will appear confusing, but later on, as you get familiar with the words, then it will become easy. As you get familiar with the words and the sense in which they are being used, then slowly that will get easy to understand. Because it is very structured. The more structured a language is and the more minute detail is also handled, the rules will tend to go deeper, right?
True, true. I
There
understand.
aren't, see, the difference between Hindi and Telugu also, if you see. In Hindi,
Yeah.
you don't have that many words or verb forms. Whereas in Telugu, for one verb, there are so many forms. In Hindi, there is a many to one mapping from Telugu to Hindi. Means many words in Telugu will map to only one word in Hindi.
Yeah, I do understand
So
that
many-
reason for having this, but on the overall, I found the more I'm learning it, more I'm finding myself that it is a very detail oriented and demands a lot of attention, lot
Yes.
of understanding of the difference and a lot of understanding of its usage. And and if this stuff is not an easy thing without a proper teacher like you, because if there is any mediocre teacher and they're just reading out and telling us, this would have never made a sense. So that is also is a truth. So there is even though this language is good, to find all this stuff plus to find the right person who, like there is a saying, "Bina guru gnan kahan se paun." So that is how it happens here. And I'm right now today with these two words, prayojakta and prayogtakta. What I am so
Prayojaka karta and prayojya karta.
yeah, and then there is so many variation we already studied, and I am so overwhelmed that I don't know how much time I will take to separate those two things first. Even though I understand the Nijamtan Dhatu, Nij Dhatu, I understood and I studied with you. Even though I'm finding it this so little difficult way, it's demanding more time to focus on it.
Yes, Bhagini, definitely for anything, not only Sanskritam, for any art form or for any language or for anything, we need to, the amount of time that we put in is directly proportional to the amount of knowledge or understanding or fluency that we get. So, and especially we are not listening to it constantly. The more we listen also, certain things automatically will be decoded by our brain and it will already be registered. But since we are trying to learn everything through, the limited time that we have learning this language, it appears that a lot of time has to be put in. Say, for example, we are in an environment where people are only talking Sanskritam. All this can automatically be learned, and then it will be easy for you to understand when we are studying these rules, because we have already seen them in application, how people are already using or how it is used in application. So that also definitely makes it easy. So what many times is suggested is to learn a language, the more we listen, the more we listen. So that is the reason why even Samskrita Bharati encourages during the class also, they always keep telling me to try and teach in Sanskritam. But the thing is, in my groups, usually I have people who are still at that beginning stages, and where if we completely try to communicate in Sanskritam, they will not be able to understand, because as you are seeing, even when I'm trying to explain in a language that everybody is comfortable, we still have, because the subject matter is such that understanding it is takes an effort, and we don't want to add another factor to it, the language also. And honestly speaking, I'm not sure if I can explain that level of concept completely in Sanskritam to the point where people can understand completely. So that challenge is also there, and this is also there. So I try to,
No, Bhagini, but it is true. Once we understood the concept, we understood the meaning, what is it all about, and then we know the language. Then we know, okay,
Yes.
this is a cat and this is a dog, and a cat and a lion, they are two different animal, you know. So that, but right from the beginning, somebody says the Marjara and Simba, they are belong to the same varga. Well, we will consider both as a cat or both as a Simba. We will not know either way. That is
Yes.
how it is.
So two challenges at the same time will be difficult. And here in our group also, we have people from all levels, like some are still in the Shiksha level, some have already completed the Gita Pravesha part 1. Like this, we have people of different levels. So I thought, you know, whatever the group is
No,
comfortable,
what
we'll
you're
go
doing
ahead
is
with
very, you are doing beyond and above the demand of the curriculum and beyond the scope for and trying to accommodate each one of us at every level. I don't want it to take your time and conversation, because let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, let
But
us
I
go.
really love to, I anytime I talk, I just like to keep on talking, but I don't want to do that right now. Thank you, Bhagini.
Okay. So here that is what we need to keep in mind. So that is why the words are specifically given, the khadati, atti and bhakshayati. Okay, so in general, the bhakshana kriya dhatus will get the karma sanya, the prayojya karta of the nijanta forms of the bhakshana kriya. But this vartikam again specifies in these particular three, if the ahimsa is there, then they do not get the karma sanya. If the himsarthaka is there, then they will get the karma sanya. We'll come back to that with more examples with all the bhakshana kriya dhatus, or the dhatus which indicate the bhakshana kriya. I'll come back with some more examples, so it will be more clear for all of us.
Okay.
Then karmakaraha katam karoti, swami karmakarena katam karayati, swami karmakaram katam karayati. So here katam karmakarena katam karayati, karmakaram katam karayati. Both applications are there. So vikalpena. Vikalpena means optionally. Vikalpena means optionally. Means both forms are valid. Okay, you can use both forms. Devadattaha jalam harati, pita devadattena jalam harayati, pita devadattam jalam harayati. So devadattena jalam harayati, devadattam jalam harayati. Again, here also vikalpena. So here this sutra is there, hrikroranya tarasyam. So this sutra, what does it say? Hrikroranau means hru dhatu and kru dhatu. Yaha karta saha nau va karmasyat. Va. That word va indicates optional. Okay. Vikalpena. So that is why both forms are fine. Harati karoti ityanayoho prayojya karta prayojaka kartuhu kriyam prati vikalpena karma bhavati. So it can get the karma sanya, but it is not mandatory, vikalpena. So you can either put it in dvitiya vibhakti by taking the karma sanya, or tritiya vibhakti by the kartrukaranayos tritiya. Karmakaraha katam karoti, swami karmakarena katam karayati, swami karmakaram katam karayati. So atra prathama vakye prayojya karta karmakaraha, dvitiya vakye prayojaka karta swami. कृधातोः प्रयोगात् प्रयोजककर्तुः स्वामिनः प्रेरणक्रियां प्रति प्रयोज्यकर्तुः कर्मकरस्य कर्मत्वाभावे द्वितीया न भवति। अपि तु तस्मिन् कर्तृत्वस्य सद्भावात् कर्तृकरणयोस्तृतीया इति तृतीया विभक्तिः एव। तृतीयवाक्येऽपि प्रयोजककर्ता स्वामी एव। कृधातोः प्रयोगात् प्रयोजककर्तुः स्वामिनः प्रेरणक्रियां प्रति प्रयोज्यकर्ता कर्म भवति। कटस्तु कर्तुरीप्सिततमं कर्म इत्यनेनैव कर्मसंज्ञां प्राप्नोति। ततः उभयत्रापि द्वितीया कर्मणि द्वितीया. So when you take karmakarena in tritiya vibhakti, then we have to take kartrukaranayos tritiya. By that sutra, that the karmakara shabda gets the tritiya vibhakti. If you take karmakaram, then we have to take the vikalpena.
Dvitiya.
By the Vikalpena. By this sutra, it will either get the karma sanya or not. If it gets the karma sanya, it will get karmakaram. If it does not get the karma sanya, then kartrukaranayos trutiya. By that sutra, we have to give it the trutiya vibhakti. Okay. Namrata Bhagini?
మేడం ఈ రెండు వాక్యాలని తెలుగులో అన్వయించుకుంటే ఎలా అన్వయించుకోవాలి?
సో కర్మకరః కటం కరోతి. కర్మకరుడు చాపని చేస్తున్నాడు. కటం కరోతి. స్వామి కర్మకరుడి చేత కటం చేయిస్తున్నాడు. చేత మన చాపని సో కర్మకరం కటం కారయతి. ఇక్కడ ద్వితీయ విభక్తి వచ్చినప్పుడు కర్మకరుడిని చాపని చేయమంటున్నాడు. కారయతి అట్లా. అంటే మనం మెనీ టైమ్స్ మనం 1-to-1 మ్యాపింగ్ ఉండదు బిట్వీన్ లాంగ్వేజెస్. వి మే నాట్ హ్యావ్ 1-to-1 మ్యాపింగ్ ఎవ్రీ టైమ్. మెనీ టైమ్స్ we will be able to express it similarly. Sometimes you simply cannot express it. Like say for example, balena vidyalayah gamyate. In Sanskrit we use that, and it is very common to use that application in Sanskrit, the karmani prayoga. Balena vidyalayah gamyate. But can we say that in Telugu? Baludi cheta vidyalayam vellabadindi. We don't use it. Word to word translation we can say, but we never use that, right? We don't use that application. Karmani prayoga is there in Telugu, but this particular sentence we never use. Baludi cheta
రెండు వాక్యాల్లో ప్రేరణార్థం వచ్చింది కదా కారయతి అంటే.
ఇక్కడ ప్రేరణార్థమే. నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే ఇందాకటి వాక్యంలో 1-to-1 ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ మనకి కంపల్సరీ ఉండాలని లేదు అంటున్నా. సో మనకి తెలుగులో కర్మకరుడి చేత కటం చేయించాడు అనేదే కరెక్ట్ అప్లికేషన్. వీ కెనాట్ ఇఫ్ వి ట్రై టు పుట్ ఇట్ ఇన్ ద్వితీయ విభక్తి, ఇట్ మే నాట్ కమ్ అవుట్, ద ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ మే నాట్ కమ్ అవుట్ వెల్.
అంటే మరి అప్పుడు దీన్ని ఎలా తీసుకుంటాం మరి? స్వామి కర్మకరం కటం కారయతి అంటే
here what we have to understand is in Sanskritam this application is allowed. So you don't try to visualize the meaning of that sentence in Telugu.
అంటే రెండింటికి భావం ఒకటే వస్తుందా?
Yes, in Telugu if you were to write the Telugu translation of this, you would write only the trutiya vibhakti form. Karmakarudi cheta chapani cheyinchadu. ఒకవేళ if by force you have to express the other form, స్వామి కర్మకరుడిని చాపని చేయమన్నాడు అంతే. మన తెలుగులో దట్ ఈస్ ద బెస్ట్ వీ కెన్ డూ. సో బట్ ఇన్ సంస్కృతం బోత్ ఫార్మ్స్ ఆర్ అలౌడ్. సో బోత్ వాక్యమ్స్ ఆర్ శుద్ధం. ఎస్, వికల్పేన మీన్స్ బోత్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్లీ అప్లికబుల్.
డౌట్ వచ్చింది నాకు.
यस भगिनी, नम्रता भगिनी.
हाँ, शब्दायते ये जो शब्द है इसका मीनिंग बोलेंगे प्लीज.
शब्दम करोति. शब्दायते मीन्स शब्दम करोति.
शब्दम करोति मतलब आवाज करता है.
यस, करेक्ट.
आवाज करना, क्या आवाज करना,
मेकिंग साउंड बेसिकली.
हाँ, और अति शब्द का
अति also means eating only. अति also means eating, like खादति.
And कटम बोले तो कटम अभी बोले ना, ये कर्म करह कटम करोति, तो कटम का मतलब क्या है? मीनिंग
कटम is mat. Mat, the mat that you sit on when on the floor when you want to sit, you spread a mat.
हाँ, ओ सतरंजी. ओके.
That is called katam.
हाँ, तो कर्म करह यहाँ मतलब क्या हुआ? वो जो मैट बनाता है वो
means worker. He who does work is called karma karaha.
Okay,
So
okay.
Karmakaraha katam karoti. Swami is the Yajamani. He is the master. Swami Karmakarena katam karayati. The Swami is making the worker to make the mat.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, but
Thank
here,
you.
but here we have this, as per this sutra, hru kroranyatarasyam. By this sutra, vikalpena karma bhavati. So we have two usages, two forms. Karmakarena katam karayati, karmakaram katam karayati. Both are correct. You can use them in both ways. Only for the hru dhatu and kru dhatu.
Only two dhatus.
For these two dhatus, as per this sutra, both forms are allowed.
और one more question है मिस कि जो ये आपने बोला ना कि अहिंसा और जब भक्ष धातु का हिंसा, हिंसा और अहिंसा, तो हिंसा अहिंसा बोले तो जो ग्रेन्स वगैरह पका खाते हैं वो अहिंसा में आता है.
Yes.
तो
yes.
हिंसा में क्या आता है?
Hinsa
हिंसा
is
में
like when a lion is eating a deer. It is killing, no? It is killing the deer and
और
eating.
दूसरा
That is himsa.
Okay.
Even when Dhenu is pulling the grass off the ground, that also is considered as himsa.
That is what I didn't hear properly. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Okay. I will come back with more examples of the bhaksha kriya padani. Okay, kriya padani which come under the bhaksha meaning.
Then only it will become himsa. Means, ma'am, bhaksha.
One other thing also, what we can, how we can look at this Vartikam is, see, sometimes again Vivaksha also will apply. Vivaksha of the Vakta. So when the go is eating the grass, when the cow is eating the grass, whether you want to express it as himsa or ahimsa. Say, for example, the grass is already there and it is eating. It is literally not pulling it out of the ground. Then it can be considered as ahimsa. So when it is ahimsa, then the prayojya karta will not get the karma sanya. So by that application also, sometimes we can understand the intention of the vakta. Oh, he's trying to indicate that the cow is eating grass, not by pulling it off the ground, but something that is already there. In that sense also we can take.
Okay.
So in the usage, see, whenever there is such multiple usages, then how the user, how the Vakta is using those words can indicate his intention also.
Yes. Okay. Very clear, miss. Thank you so much.
Astu bhagini. So moving on to the next example, Devadattaha jalam harati. Pita Devadattena jalam harayati. Pita Devadattam jalam harayati. Atra प्रथमवाक्ये देवदत्तः प्रयोज्यकर्ता, द्वितीयवाक्ये पिता प्रयोजककर्ता. हृधातोः प्रयोगात् प्रयोजककर्तुः पितुः प्रेरणक्रियां प्रति प्रयोज्यकर्तुः देवदत्तस्य कर्मत्वाभावे द्वितीया न भवति. अपितु तस्मिन् कर्तृत्वस्य सद्भावात् कर्तृकरणयोस्तृतीया इति तृतीया एव. तृतीयवाक्येऽपि प्रयोजककर्ता पिता एव. हृधातोः प्रयोगात् प्रयोजककर्तुः पितुः प्रेरणक्रियां प्रति प्रयोज्यकर्ता कर्म भवति. जलं तु कर्तुरीप्सिततमं कर्म इत्यनेन एव कर्मसंज्ञां प्राप्नोति. ततः उभयत्र अपि द्वितीया कर्मणि द्वितीया iti sutrena. So again, same as in before, but in the first example we had kru dhatu. Here we are having kru dhatu. So pita devadattena jalam harayati. Pita devadattam jalam harayati. So both applications are fine as per this sutra. Vikalpena karma sanya bhavati. So if it happens, then devadattam jalam harayati it will become. If the karmatvam is not chosen, because vikalpena, again the vakta has the freedom of using it in dvitiya vibhakti or not. If he chooses not to give the karmatvam to it, devadattena jalam harayati will be the form. So whenever such options are there, the Vakta will have the freedom of choosing which option. Both are equally correct. There is no priority one over the other. So, but after it gets the karma sanya, kartu reepsitatamam, the jalam shabda will get the karma sanya only by the sutra kartu reepsitatamam karma, because jalam is the one that is most desired. The phalashrayatvam harayati, by carrying what is the phalam that is expected, the water, to reach that particular destination point. So the jalam has the phalashrayatvam. So that will get the karma sanya by the sutra karturipsitatamam karma. If the Devadatta also gets karmatvam, it will be because of which sutra? This sutra itself. Okay? Hru kroranyatarasyam. By this sutra only it will get karmatvam. But vikalpena. But once they get the karmatvam, both any word, no matter by which sutra it gets the karmatvam, the Dvitiya Vibhakti will be assigned only by the sutra Dvitiya Karmani or Karmani Dvitiya. Okay.
So here harayati is the meaning to bring or
make to bring.
Make. Right.
So father made Devadatta to bring the water. Or actually, rather than bringing, harayati indicates taking away.
That's why I'm asking. Harayati is to steal.
Harayati is to take away, carry away. Yes.
To carry.
Swikaroti.
Swikaroti means to actually take for the self. But harayati can mean for somebody else's purpose also. They just take it away. And stealing also it can mean. Stealing, but not in this context. But normally, hru dhatu has the meaning of stealing also. So, choraha harati. Choraha dhanam harati.
Harati, yes.
Chorena dhanam harayati. So, his employer, whoever that master is of that thief, he will make the thief steal. There is one big person and he has several people working for him and he will make them steal things like that. In that sense also you can use. But harayati is to take away, to steal, to carry away. All these meanings are applicable.
Okay.
And then here we have Pachakaha Odanam Pachati. Swami Pachakena Odanam Pachayati. This is not per any sutra. This is the very first example which I gave before we started today's lesson. So by default, the Prayojya Karta will get Trutiya Vibhakti. Why? Because the Nijanta Kriyapadam is not indicating this, explicitly indicating this Karta. It is indicating only the Prayojaka Karta. Because whenever there is Prerana in the Kriyapadam, when we say he made him read, who made him read? Rama made the boy read. So Ramaha Pathayati, Balakam Pathayati. So by the Nijanta, because the Nijanta, the Nich Pratyayam is there in the Dhatu, it will, what will be Abhihitam by that? The Prayojaka Karta eva Abhihitam. The Prayojya Karta is not Abhihitam. Even in Telugu, when we say Cheyinchadu, Yavaru Cheyincharu? Yavaru, that Evaru will come. So that is the Prayojaka Karta. Who made him do that? The Prayojaka Karta. So the Prayojaka Karta is Abhihitam. Because it is Abhihitam, it will get Prathama Vibhakti. But whereas the Prayojya Karta is still Karta, Kartrutvam asti, Kintu Abhihitam nasti. So he will get Kartrukaranayos Trutiya. By that sutra, the Prayojya Karta will get Trutiya Vibhakti. This is the default by what we have learned from before. But this Gati Buddhi Pratyavasanartha, this sutra came in to give for certain dhatus, it is assigning the Prayojya Karta the Karmatvam. So what are those dhatus? The Gati dhatus, the Buddhi, Buddhyartaka, Gatyartaka, Pratyavasanartha, Shabdakarmaka, Akarmaka. So all the dhatus that fall under these category, the Prayojya Karta of these dhatus will get the Karmatvam. And again we have some exceptions. What are those exceptions? The Ni and the Hru, the Ni and the Vah dhatu. Okay, though they come under the gatyarthaka, still they don't get the karmatvam. Like that we have seen some vartikams. And then the khad, atti and khad dhatu, they also do not get karmatvam. And ahimsarthaka bhaksha dhatus also do not get karmatvam. And then shabdayate, that also will not get karmatvam. So these are all some exceptions. Okay. And again with the kru and hru dhatu, vikalpena. So they may or may not get karmatvam. Both are equally fine. That is left to the vakta. He can use it with the karmatvam or without the karmatvam. So pachakaha odanam pachati, this is not any special case. This is the default case which we discussed at the very beginning of the class. So by default, the prayojaka karta will get is abhihitam, so it will get prathama vibhakti, whereas the prayojya karta is not abhihitam, so it will get tritiya vibhakti. That is the default case. Okay. So here we have again atra prathama vakye prayojya karta pachakaha, dvitiya vakye prayojaka karta swami, prayojaka kartuhu swaminaha प्रेरणक्रियां प्रति प्रयोज्य कर्तुः पाचकस्य कर्मत्वं नास्ति, अतः द्वितीया अपि नास्ति. किन्तु प्रयोज्य कर्तुरि पाचके कर्तृत्वस्य सद्भावात्, because there is कर्तृत्वम् in the pachaka shabda, kartrukaranayos trutiya iti trutiya eva. By that sutra it will get trutiya vibhakti only. So idam avadheyam. Asmin pustake gati buddhi, this sutra iti sutram arabhya hrikroranyatarasyaam iti sutrantam ye dhatavah pariganaya uktaha tesham dhatunam prayoge eva prayojya karta karma sangyam prapnoti na anyesham dhatunam prayoge prayojya kartuhu karmatvam. So only that which are given in this book, whatever dhatus are listed between these two sutras. Gati Buddhi is the first sutra in this section, and Hrikroranyatarasyaam is the last sutra that we studied. So whatever dhatus that we have studied among these, only they will get the karma sanya. The prayojya karta will get the karma sanya. Swami pachakena odanam pachayati. Ityatra prayuktaha pach dhatuhu pariganiteshu na antarbhutaha. So this is not in part of that pach dhatu. Here they have given it in a little different way, the explanation. But I found what is easy for you to remember is all of them will get the prayojya karta will get tritiya vibhakti. Why? Because it is not abhihitam. And anabhihite kartrukaranayos tritiya. But which prayojya kartas get karma sanya? Those which are defined by the gati buddhi sutram. And some these vartikas, whatever the vartikas are saying. So we can make a list of all those separately, and only in those cases the prayojya karta will get karmatvam. Here they explained it a little differently. But otherwise both mean the same. But how you look at it, because we are already coming from the background that abhihite prathama vibhakti, anabhihite tritiya vibhakti. Since we have studied that concept, we can apply that concept and give the tritiya vibhakti for the prayojya karta. It will get karmatvam only in these cases. Like that, if you remember, it will become easy. So अतः प्रयोज्य कर्तुः पाचकस्य कर्मत्वं नास्ति, अतः द्वितीया अपि नास्ति, किन्तु कर्तृत्वस्य सद्भावात् तृतीया एव. एवं कर्मकरः कूपं खनति, स्वामी कर्मकरेण कूपं खानयति इत्यादौ अपि प्रयोज्य कर्तुः कर्मकरस्य कर्मत्वं नास्ति. खन् धातोः अपि परिगणितेषु anantarbhutatvat. So here he is giving another example about the khan dhatu. This khan dhatu is also not there in any of these dhatus listed under the Gati Buddhi Sutra and all these. So that also will not get the karmatvam. That is how it is being explained. But you can take it both ways. Whichever works well for you, you can look at it in that way. Okay. So let us stop here. Why? Because the next one again is a different set of dhatus. We'll do that in the next class, because you study these again and again so that you will get comfortable. In the meanwhile, I'll try to send some examples using the bhakshana kriya, dhatus that come under the bhakshana kriya. If I'm able to gather some extra examples, I will send both in the karma and both where the prayojya karta will get karmatvam and otherwise not, and when it is getting, or why it is getting and why it is not getting. We'll try to make a list of those. So go over these as much as you can. Revise all the concepts that we have studied so far, so that going forward it will become easy. So we have one more case, which also actually the adhi and abhi. These are the two prefixes which, when given to a dhatu, also will the karmatvam, the prayojya karta will get karmatvam. That is what the next few sutras will be stating. And then we will be studying the upapada dvitiya, means where the dvitiya vibhakti is given to a word, though the word does not get the karma sanya. That we will be studying in the next section. So we shall stop here and go over this again. If you have any questions, please post in the group, and we shall continue in the next class. Okay. Any questions? Okay. No chet Alivelu Bagini. Namrata Bagini, do you have a question? Okay. Okay, Bagini.
I don't.
Actually, we recently, I am studying Kovida, madam.
Okay.
My name is Girija Pawan. Recently, we studied Nijantas. Recently, in that we had some examples like Mata Annam Balakena Kadayati. So now I am, but the same one more resembles Shishum Mata Shishum Shiram Payayati. So both, why it is one is in Dvitiya and one is in Tritiya, like that we didn't we had some doubt. Today only I came, the doubt cleared, madam.
Okay.
Because of it. Because it is that Adi Kadho, these are belongs to Gati Buddhyat means Sutra. According to that, it will come under Tritiya only, like that.
All of you can make a list of all the sentences that you come across, whichever book or whichever, wherever you are studying. You can make a list of all the sentences which fall under these categories. And, that will be an extra practice for us to see where the karmatvam is happening and where it is not happening. If it is happening, by what sutra or vartikam it is happening. And if it is not happening, then by which vartika it is being prohibited. If we do that exercise, it will become even more clear for all of us. So I know all of you are doing other studies in other classes or whatever. So if you are able to gather and put it in one place, we can. It will be a good reference for all of us.
Sure, madam. Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alivelu.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaskar Bhagini, Dhanyavadah. Sarvebhyah Namaskaraha, Dhanyavadah.
Dhanyavadah Bhagini.
Dhanyavadah. Sarvebhyah.